Well, Coach, it was a very similar first period to last night, and then the Broncos really opened up in the second. What were the differences there?
Well, actually, I thought Adam tonight. I thought Duluth started real strong tonight. I was a little concerned about us in the first 5 or 6 minutes because, we knew they were going to come out determined, and they had us back in our heels a bit. They were physical and had a couple of looks at the net, and Alex was good in net for us. But I thought our pushback started about the 6-minute mark, and we started getting some pucks in behind their D and spent a little more time in their zone. But I mean, Duluth is who they are. They're going to come at you hard, so we had to expect it. And I was happy with how we adjusted. And we just started having the puck more. Our ability to get to pucks first was kind of a key part of the weekend for us here. But just again, we feel real good about it because anytime you're able to beat Duluth, program of their caliber, it's a good feeling for our young group for sure.
Very physical game, but you guys were kind of able to maintain the edge. You only drew 2 power plays or 2 penalties. Penalties as a whole have been down for the Broncos this year. What was the message going into the game? You knew obviously it was going to be a physical one tonight.
Well, certainly keep our sticks down. And, we learned our lesson the first game when we played up in Duluth a few weeks ago and took 9 penalties. And, it's not just the fact that the other team can score on the power play. It's that you're having to play defense. You're wearing some of your offensive players who kill penalties are getting worn out killing. So, yeah, I mean, it was a really physical game. That's the way it's going to be every time we play Duluth. It's the same thing every time we play North Dakota, the way that both teams like to go north and south, and they like to go there hard. And there's going to be a confrontation once they both get to the puck.
You guys always seem to have that extra man in pretty much any scrum along the walls. What do you attribute that to this weekend?
I mean, it's respect for our opponent, knowing that we had to be on the right side of the puck, and we had to play an honest game. We couldn't be, cheating on the offensive side and kind of reaching in for pucks. We had to be physically engaged and be on the right side of the puck. So the offense that we generated here this weekend was really, to me, a byproduct of us being in good position defensively. So that's a great comment that you made there, Adam. We certainly felt that. It was a thing that we emphasized in the third period. We wanted to make sure we were on the right side of the puck and played a real honest third period because, again, we knew Duluth was going to come at us hard, and we had to adjust to it. And then, the key thing, again, was hang on to the puck in the offensive zone and not throwing blind passes that they could transition on.
Hey, yeah, Coach, what was the difference you thought? I mean, you mentioned the penalties you took in Duluth, but anything else that stood out as a difference between when you played them last time?
They had the puck more than we did, and to be very honest with you, the key thing here this weekend were the saves that our goaltender was making. We didn't give up a lot of chances, but when we did, and certainly last night with the full 2-minute 5-on-3, he made some unbelievable saves that turned a 2-0 hockey game, or let it stay that way. It could have been 2-1 going into the dressing room after 2. So certainly our goaltending up in Duluth was below average. And, it was great to see Alex play the way he played this weekend. I mean, tremendous on his part. And the key thing for him as a young goaltender, it's like any young player. You have big nights like he had the last 2 nights, and then you just have to make sure your nights where you're not quite as sharp aren't bad nights. They can be average, but they can't be bad. And here, early in his career, he's had some really, really good nights and then some bad nights. And that's what we're working on, but that's what you go through with young players.
And you said you adjusted after their Duluth's good start. Was it just an effort thing, or is there something else you adjusted?
You'd probably have to talk to the players because they were the ones that were getting knocked down out there in the first 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, they were coming at us hard, and
yeah,
we had to make a stand. There was a TV timeout just after the 5-minute mark, and we kind of talked about it on the bench, like, hey, this can't continue. We need to establish our game, and we need to, we got to counter punch. We can't be just here accepting all these punches right now. We got to give some shots back, and we thought we did that.
And I guess just to, how do you put this weekend in perspective with this whole season right now, what do you think this means as far as where you have off a week, right? So time to think about it, I guess.
Well, the only thing for me is we have 6 more points, and that's how you measure everything. I mean, Saturday's or Friday's game, we parked it this morning. We talked about it a little bit, and we won a hockey game on Friday night, and our goal tonight was to win a game on Saturday night. And Friday in 2 weeks, we have Miami coming in here for our last home game here at Lawson this year, and we want to win a Friday night game that particular night. So I mean, it's a great feeling, but I reminded the guys we're going back to work on Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to go hard. So get your rest tomorrow because you're going to need it.
How are you going to use these weeks? Are you going to do anything differently in terms of practice?
Well, we just had a bye a week a couple of weeks ago. So, the key thing is we certainly want to make sure the players do get some rest, but it's really an opportunity to enhance your conditioning a little bit for the last push years too. So we'll go real hard. We won't go every day. The guys will have a couple of days where they'll be able to have a break and get away from the rink. But, we're a young team, and giving them too much time off the ice would not be good for our group. We got a lot of teaching to do. And, our goal is to try and be better the next game than we were in the one that we just played. So we got a lot of things we can work on. It was a solid effort this weekend from us, but there's still lots of coachable moments. If there wasn't, they wouldn't need coaches.
Oh, I guess last thing for me, just, commenting on Attard, just the game he had. That was the 2 quick goals, but I mean, more than that, obviously, just, what he did this weekend.
Yeah, I thought, Ronnie's certainly great for him, and he thrives on seeing that puck go in the net offensively. And the key thing is his defensive game has gotten a lot better. I thought our defensive core as a whole, Adam was really, our gap hockey was really good. Like we had strong frontal gaps from our defensemen, and we had real strong back check pressure from our forwards. And that's the way Duluth plays. They don't give you time or space, and so we tried to eliminate their time and space as well.
All right, Coach, appreciate it.
Okay,
Right, thank you, Coach.
Take care.
Thank you.